Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the video. This is going to be the first video that I'm starting out with a new intro and saying ladies and gentlemen because it's about time I change up the intro, guys, and I think the just hello, welcome to the video is getting too boring for me. So ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the video, and we're going to be looking at the Hawk 30 today, guys. This game's going to be pretty wild, man. To start off, Lynx is making a really aggressive pass here, but this video is basically going to be just me camping in one area of the map for the entire game. You're going to see why I make that decision here. Airfield is a very, very bad map for a light tank. In my opinion, I do not like it. I think that it is just way too difficult to try and do any kind of even damage or spotting in a light tank in this particular game, especially without being very, very aggressive. And I've heard many people say this before, that airfield, when you push on airfield, you are punished. There are a lot of maps in this game where if you push one side of the map, a lot of times you can win the game. On airfield, I feel like anytime you push on airfield, usually the people that push first is the team that loses. And that has stuck with me because I feel like sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. I think it really depends, and I know everyone, like a lot of people like to say that, right? A lot of people live by the don't push first on airfield phrase, and I don't know why. I've just heard a lot of people say this in the chat, but I truly believe it was the case in this game, and you're going to see that. However, I really feel like it depends on how you push and where you do it. I think maybe from this side it could be the case. However, if you're able to get around this side, for instance on this spawn, you have a good kind of advantage in this area, because then you can come up to the cap and you have the side shots and everything on people that are over here. Another thing to note is on this side specifically, what you can do is actually push up into this bush line if you're the enemy team, and I feel like you get a really good vantage point on people here, people back in here and stuff like that. I just really think it depends, guys. I have to say, like, I would agree in terms of this game, I would agree, but I think that statement really, it's so dependent on how good the people are in each team, how they push, etc., right? But you're going to see why pushing on this map in general, the way this team does it, is not a good idea. So we miss a shot at the Lynx there. He turns as soon as I go to take that shot and kind of lead the shot, right? I'm going to start putting this on 2 times, guys. I know a lot of people don't like this, but we don't move this from this area of the map until the end of the game. So from here on, we're going to go in 2 times. I can explain kind of what I'm doing in this area while we're taking the shots and all, and why I'm doing what I'm doing in the time it takes for to go through this at 2 times. So that's why I'm doing this. It's not to try and get through the video faster, really. I just feel like this part is going to be really, really boring, and you're going to see kind of why. So what you're able to do is, believe it or not, guys, you would think that you wouldn't have shots here, right? But you can actually pull up to this bush and you have shots going over this rock. I originally didn't know this, but now I know that this is a pretty good spot to get side shots here. So see how we're taking shots at the Iron Arnie here? Another Iron Arnie comes up here. We're going to take shots in this guy's direction. KPZ is pushing a little bit. ISU is trying to, get involved here. And you see how this team is, they're all just kind of slowly pushing up and constantly poking the hill and stuff. This is not how I would do it on this map. I think the better way to do it on this map is to just take this, like, push over the hill immediately and take this side of the map. If that was done, then this game would be nothing for me, guys. But we ended up with 4K damage in this game, and I'm just showing you how you can make this work if the enemy team is going to be very, very shy about pushing into you, right? So check this out. You think this is going to be a loss, man. Look where the enemy team is. Look where my teammates are. Like, this is a GG, right? It's actually not, guys. Not quite yet. We're going to get a shot to the ISU over here. We're poking on the Progetto. We'll get a shot to him with the heat. I'm going to back up again, and that's all I'm doing here, guys. I'm just constantly going forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, and using the bush lines to stay hidden as much as I possibly can. Trying to go solid bush as much as I possibly can. And it would have been even more effective for me to knock down the building that's right here to do so that I didn't get spotted in certain areas. Scorpion's getting one into me. Some weird game mechanic stuff going on there, guys. Like, I guess he was on the other side of this grass here. We're going to go back to 1 times now, guys, when the game starts to get a little more interesting and a little more close. KPZ gets lit here. It's actually not by me. Someone else spots him, maybe the Scorpion. We're able to clean up the Scorpion with HE right here. He pokes up. And this is why I'm telling you, if you're going to push on this map, you got to push. Don't make any, mistakes like this team is doing, right? You don't want to poke up in these areas, even hold down, I would argue, because you're going to get hit by TDs back here that have a lot of penetration, right? So get a shot into the Iron Arnie here. I believe I'm able to get one into his side as he turns. I'm looking for that shot, man. The Iron Arnies are very, very OP, dude. They truly are. We actually do miss that shot, but I don't believe I got spotted from it. And yeah, man, like this tank, I've talked about the Iron Arnie before, guys. I find the tank to be pretty damn OP. Everyone kind of has their own opinions on the tanks, but for me, that Iron Arnie is a monster at tier 8, and I would have loved to get it. I got the Char Model 75, and I was very, very happy with that. I didn't really care about the Iron Arnie, to be honest. I don't think it's my playstyle, but I would have loved to get it just so I can bully people, even though it is not my playstyle. So again, we're looking for shots here. I have to go to the heats, guys. Like, it's not even enough. The one thing I'll say is the side plate is pretty weak on the Arnie. So if you're able to get those proper side shots, then you're going to have a good time, man. We're able to kind of smack the lower plate there. The way I took that shot was really weird, guys. I kind of backed up at the last second and dropped the reticle, and we happened to penetrate it, man, with the heat, and sometimes heat will just give you those types of shots. As long as you land fairly flat on armor, heat, even if it's orange, it's likely going to pen, right? It's a little weird the way the reticle works when you're shooting with heat, but it really depends on the way the shell is going into the tank. So just something to note there. And now we're going to move in. We're at 2612 damage, guys. Renegade and Su-130 are still on the map, and in fact, I don't even know what the HP is of these guys. Let's take a look. I hit the Windows key by accident. Su-130 has 800 HP, the Renegade has 400, and pretty sure that these guys were never, once they got unlit, they were still in my render range, so their HP is what it is, and it is 1100 because about 1100 total, because what happens is if they go out of your render range and get relit again or whatever, this won't show the correct HP, if that makes sense. So we're able to get a couple shots there into the Su-130, and that's beautiful, man. Now we're at almost 3,000 damage, guys, and you're going to see us clean up this Renegade. Now, obviously, you're looking at the damage, 2957. That's a little low, but we did get some blind shots in here, and we did almost 4,000 damage, guys. And the reason I also wanted to bring this video to you was because I never, ever, guys, have good games on Airfield. Like, I'm telling you, Airfield is one of those maps that I despise. I truly despise it, guys. If I had to block, like, a third map, if that was possible, in World of Tanks, it would likely be Airfield, because I do not like this map one bit, man. I just, even in any other tank, man, I'm not a fan of this map. Tank destroyers, light tanks, mediums. The only time I might enjoy myself on this map is in a heavy, and even then, I don't really like this area of the map either. Like, any tank I'm in, I just really do not like Airfield, guys. So, at the very end here, we push into this guy, we get behind him, we smack him in the back, and we do 3358 damage, guys. That's what it's showing. But as you'll see here, take a look at this. We end up getting 3,975 damage. That's a high caliber, that's a first class, and yeah, again, using the HEs, guys, against like Su-130, I'm telling you, the HEs on this tank, you need to use them. Absolutely, you need to use them. Take full advantage of them, and just trust me, you're going to be having a great time when you're smacking people for 320 alpha with the HE. 102 millimeters of penetration, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. 3 kills, again, 4K damage, guys. We got the 2 badges, the high caliber being one of them, and 138,000 profits from this. We were running personal reserves bonus, and no spotting. We didn't do like any spotting. We did 55 assist damage, guys, and 138k we made out of this. So can you imagine if we did a couple thousand spotting damage in this game? This tank will bring in credits pretty well, because the HEs, like even on Progettos, like the Progetto mediums, like there's certain tanks you'll realize that the HE will pen effectively. Any backside of a tank, with the exception of like the super heavies and stuff like that, you can penetrate as well. So anytime you can get behind someone, switch to that HE immediately, because it's not like it's 38 millimeters of penetration on some of these other light tanks. 102 millimeters of penetration, guys. Just keep that in mind. Over 100 millimeters of penetration. I can't emphasize that enough. Use the HE on this tank and you're going to be having a good time. That's it, guys. Airfield. I wanted to show you this map and just kind of explain that I've heard this whole phrase, don't push on airfield, don't push on airfield. It didn't work for this team here, but they didn't do it in the right way. So I'm 50-50 on this phrase. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you for the next video, guys. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.